The title says it all. Find, share, and discuss. So let me tell you all about it. First, why? Why did we develop something? As it says there, more boringly, enable instant two-way communication. Really, it's to allow us all to take advantage of what is pretty standard web technology. We want to be able to put things up, to discuss them, to find anything we want to find, to share it. To do this instantly. I think John here is actually hoping to have some of the stuff we're discussing now up on the volunteer portal this afternoon. That's the sort of behaviours we want. So that's the why. Give us flexibility, basically. Who is it aimed at? Us. And it's the wider us. It's volunteers. It's I.e. Max, chair of the artificial intelligence. It's David, member groups team. Judith, member groups team. It's Adrian, the membership board. It's so we can all share, so we don't sit in our own little silos and find it difficult to work together. I'm going to go on, this is really the agenda, I'm going to go on in a moment and pull up the portal and I'm going to walk you through it. Then I'm going to very briefly talk about single sign-on because that's part of an interesting future and it will stop you asking a load of questions later. We've got a slide on roles and responsibilities so you know who does what, who to shout at, and basically how to interact. And as we get to the back of this, and then the discussion of the futures, which we're going to continue in the breakout session, I'm going to hand over to John. This is, what does the portal include now? So I'm going to skip right over that. And because in the next slide I'm going to talk you through, I'm going to actually demonstrate it. It's a lot easier to demonstrate than to talk about it. But it's there. If somebody wants to look at the slides are complete, in that it does say what it's there, but boring. Might be worth, because we're an IT organisation, and some of you probably know what IT is, you're probably a little interested in some of the, if you like, technical background. So what I've done here, it's built using Drupal, which is just a free word content management system. It's pretty straightforward. I've never come across Drupal 6 months ago. And I've done quite a lot of the development work. I've been helped by others, by the way. But it uses adaptive technology, so if you access it on your mobile phone, it actually represents the information in a way that's natural for your mobile phone, or in David's case, his iPad. We've got John working with us, adding and changing content, and I've also had help from the web team to give us somewhere to stick the thing, because it has to, I think, quite rightly, fit into the BCS infrastructure, and it does. And if you're used to the BCS site, it's probably worth me mentioning that it uses key URLs, so the URLs sort of make sense. Right, now I'm going to do... John says it this up for me, he's better than this. Here we are. This is the volunteer portal. The first thing you'll note about it is it's got a banner of pictures going across. These are not very good pictures. What I'm expecting... So if you're on one, feel embarrassed. No. What I want from you is when you run an event, and work for John and other people today, take some photographs, make them wide and shallow, and we'll stick them up here. Because this should be snapshots of what the heck's going on. That's what it's there. Remember, this is the early days. If you look on the screen, you'll see top left-hand corner, it's got the news. So it talks about the Spring Convention. You're all here. It talks about BCS impact in Wales. Anything new will stick in there. And that will be like a sort of trigger to go and look somewhere else. Below it, we've got recent content. This is for people who just want to see what's changed. Just a quick snapshot of what has recently changed. And it's just purely a sort of technical facility to allow you to do that. There's a welcome, because I think all websites should have a welcome. There's a BCS Twitter feed on the right-hand side. So that gives you just like a feel for the home page. And of course, like most websites, it's got a menu along the top. So if we wander through the menu, my own favourite bit, of course, are the rules. I'm chairing the policy committee. It was lovely if I wasn't concerned about the rules. So what I've done, what we've done here, is to put all the rules in here as HTML. But if you really want to look at them in a PDF format, you can see you can. As you could in the previous set. The difference between this portal and what we did on the BCS website is that when the rules change, let's say member group finances, we'll probably put the new stuff in a different colour. And you'll be able to see the old and the new together. And then you'll be able to scroll down. Oh, let's go. Sorry. And then you'll be able to scroll down, and we'll have comment boxes. So you'll be able to see the old, see the new, and make some abusive comments, or constructive comments, depending how you feel. As you can see, the way we set it is we've got just a normal standard view menu down the right-hand side. Guidance, same idea. What we're going to do here, and it's really ragging at her group, she's already started, is place information here, which is essentially best practice. Essentially, how the heck do I, in this case, record meetings and events? You go in here and look, and there'll be information. And there will be comment facilities. And the same with the funding. Resources is a place where we stick things like files that you may want to find. Guidance on using the list server, you stick in there. But we probably reference it from guidance, we probably reference it from rules. This is a sort of fun bit. We say people don't use discussion forums. I hope some of them you might use this, particularly if you want to change the site. There's a bit there called website. So if you want to influence the evolution, tell me about it. Tell us about it. We can have arguments and debates. And that way the site will grow in the way you will find it useful. I think that you can probably guess. I'll come to this in a minute. In member groups, this basically is just about beginning. So let's do international. What I've done there is just basically say Belgium is coded with a B. That's pretty original. If you click on it, you'll go to the Belgian website. Nothing too dramatic at the moment, but it just gives people a way of finding where our sections and branches are. It's not complete yet, but it's a step in the right direction. And to show one of the points I'm going to make, this is getting there. This at the moment has static maps. I'd expect it to have dynamic maps. And I'll probably find some nice, intelligent person who's probably sitting out there today to come and help me do it. The member groups bit basically is all really about things to do with member groups. So what member groups are doing, I don't really know. I know my own groups. What I will expect to find in time is information in here that talk about your events, talk about when you've been successful and when maybe you haven't. This is the one inwardly we're looking bit, which is the membership board itself. Some of you, in a weak or bad moment, might want to know how the membership board works, who does what. So we can make it easy for you. So in here we've got pictures of people who are on committees, and we've got all the agendas and meeting notes. In fact, I run my policy committee by not now sending out rafts of files. I just point people at bits of the portal and say, the agenda's here, and the items we're going to discuss, and the future roadmaps here, we'll meet on. And I would be surprised if other people don't go down the same road. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. But anyway, the membership board is very much inwardly looking, but you might want to look. The about site is, I suppose, techie stuff. It sort of says, what are the roles and responsibilities, which we're going to get onto in just a second. So everything that we've talked about here, we put into the site so you can find it. Those people, at the moment, well, I'll talk about the user guide in a minute, but the information about, if you want to explain how to put information on the site, you go to the user guide for producing or amending content. Now, at the moment, the way I've set it up, or it's been set up, is we've got a limited number of users. And I'm now going to go on and explain why we've got a limited number of users. Do you want to take me back again before I move this? And this is the reason why we've got a limited number of users. We're going to move to, well, BCS are developing an Academy site. The Academy site will use Drupal, it will have a Drupal theme, it will include a single sign-on mechanism, so that signing on to the BCS means that your ID and password is your authority is carried through onto the Academy site. But when they've got it to work, we're just going to pinch it and stick it on here. It's all agreed. And that's what single sign-on is. If you really get bored, look at the slide. But that's what it is. It just, now, obviously, it's a bad idea to introduce a whole set of users and IDs in this Drupal site and then replace them when we do single sign-on. Now, single sign-on is supposed to come in July. Seemed a good idea to wait, but not to stop doing all the things. Right, I'm now going to hand you over to John, who's going to talk about the future roles and responsibilities, etc.
Peter,
John?
can I just ask a question?
Yes, of course.
Clarification.
Sorry?
When you were talking about this, I thought that you were referring to it as being in a secure area, particularly when you were talking about putting your committee business on the site. It now seems that it's not a secure area at all.
It is deliberately not a secure area, and I don't believe that anything we do in our committee requires it to be in a secure area. I think when we've got single sign-on, there will be things that we will want, maybe we'll wish to keep secret, in which case we'll use a secure area. But at the moment, this is an open site.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Okay, firstly, I'd just like to confirm that the rumours are true that Apple had actually delayed actually brought the date forward to launch the iPad HD because they were scared of what we're going to be delivering with this book. And they don't want to they don't really want to challenge us on this one. Firstly, thank you to Peter. He's done a wonderful job with getting the portal to the state that it's actually in at the moment. As he said, he runs his own meetings office now, so he goes to a meeting, he looks at the portal and thinks, I need to get this, and that, and he takes it along. So that's what it's been built for, as a resource to make your life easier. But that said, the future really starts today. We're going to have workshops later on today, where you're going to get an opportunity to actually give us, what you want and get out of this. We thought of some ideas we thought might be quite good, so such things as social networking, more integration, and richer content on it, some videos and perhaps output from what you guys do in your committee meetings. And again, that's what we're going to discuss later on today. I encourage you all to try and come along and give us an input, because it's your ideas which are really going to make this work, and we're not building it for ourselves, we're building it for you. Okay, so as Peter kind of mentioned earlier, he kind of designed the site with plenty of help from his colleagues. And Maggie last night was up just after International Day typing away trying to get some more content on here. So there's a group effort from those guys. And from today onwards, and I've done some work before, I'm going to be working things like brand performance, accessibility, connections to external forums, and maintaining content. So I'm not necessarily going to be building all the content myself. I just kind of push back on some of you guys so you can build the content, and then I'll be putting it on there for you. It's a great opportunity for you to get your stuff on there. I'll just be kind of the middleman helping you do it. And we've also got Simon Kurd, who's going to be kind of helping out with technical support. So your first point of call is probably to come to me if you've got an issue, but if it's a technical issue, I'm probably going to run up to Simon and say, I have no idea what's going on here. Something's not working. Can you make it work? And he's the guy who can do that for us. So so he's going to be helping us out. And he's working on the Drupal site as well for the Academy. So I've been speaking to him about the sort of stuff that we want to get out of the volunteer portal and see where we can actually apply that to what the Academy is developing. And finally, so today we're going to be talking about, in our breakout session, what you like about the site. So we're going to run through, give you a demo again. You guys get a chance to see what we've got on there. Tell us what you don't like about the site. Any new facilities you'd like to see on there? So, as I said before, do you want to see more integration with social networking? What is it you want to see? We've tried to do as much as we can for the time being, but it's really up to you. And obviously, would you like to help us? So, Peter's done so much for us so far, and I really want to get stuck into this, but I need you guys to help me out to really get us to where we want to be. And that's kind of it. So get on there. So it's volunteer.bcs.org. Take a look, and then give us some feedback later on today.
Thank you.
Thank you.